Interesting. Interesting. You appear to have survived Dagon's worst prison and suffered little to no damage. And your demeanor suggests that you succeeded in your mission, though the anchorite seems distressed. Tell me, what happened in the Blood Pit? I know an Ilark summit, a high peak in the Sever, inhospitable to mortals, and Dremora for that matter. Few go there. It would be a perfect place to hide the Riven Cataclysm. But what's wrong with the anchorite? Did Elegine recognize her? Did he know? The Cataclysm and the mask. This Elegine is clever indeed. I am more determined than ever to examine the Riven Cataclysm in detail. We must also keep the Waking Flame from misusing it, of course. Patience, mortal. You have done well. Take pride in your accomplishments and accept this minor token of my appreciation. With Rincaius, Arox, and the Anchorite at our side, we may yet complete both our missions. Prepare yourself. We move out shortly. Look at us, little mortal. Forced to accept the word of a blind old seer. Imprisoned and driven mad in Mehrunes Dagon's blood pit. If Elegine is to be believed, we'll find Sister Saldina and the Riven Cataclysm at the summit. I have heard of the location. A barren peak scoured by winds that flay flesh from bone. A good place to build a secret retreat, provided the walls can withstand the constant winds. Sister Saldina has taken great care to hide the Riven Cataclysm. Always. With Rincaius and his blade bearers beside us, we will fight our way to the Riven Cataclysm. When I have seen what I need to, you can destroy the device. Meet us at the base of an Ilark summit, provided you want to be part of this. Grab the Daedrat and prepare yourself. The dangers of an Ilark summit are enough to make even a Dremora pause. I assume we will have to deal with both Knockfrost's forces and the Order of the Waking Flame along the way. That seems unlikely. If Saldina already had such an army, she would deploy it at once. Remember, she is eager to conquer Fargrave and earn Prince Dagon's favor. Still, I do not think we have much time before that changes. The incarnates we encountered were indeed mindless engines of destruction. The Dremora within no longer thinks. All it knows is power and rage. Sister Saldina directs these living, but Valkanaz Knockfrost wants this power too. Volunteer? The very thought is repugnant. Do you not understand how we value what makes us who we are? To surrender to such a process is to be destroyed. The essence survives, but the mind, the purpose, gone forever. Do you imagine they had a choice? Possibly. But each time we delay the waking flame, we make it less likely that Elijion's mad vision becomes a reality. Although it might have been for the best if you had removed Elijyon while you were in the blood pit. If Elijyon can create something as powerful as the Riven Cataclysm or as subtle as the Anchorite's mask, what else might he devise? One never knows how a talent such as that might prove useful. Has the Anchorite's mask affected you as well? If you insist. I summoned you to Fargrave to... Instead, we found evidence that the blade... No, but we discovered...
Let us go, Master.
I'll meet you at a Nyalog summit, but we should be careful. I expect that both Sister Seldina and Nokvros may be there.
Tell me that we will find Nokvros at the Nyalog summit, Master. Oh, he has so much to answer for. If you smash him to the ground so I may reach him, I will gnaw his face off. No. Nokvros is no mage. He must have found some relic or forgotten curse to transform me into this Daedrat body. And he must have caught me off guard. Otherwise, I would have destroyed him the moment he struck at me. You dare insinuate? The Master meant no offense. Just a stupid mortal. Nokvros never dared display a hint of disloyalty, let alone challenge me for my place as Prince Dagon's champion. I would have crushed him into a paste. Can we go now? Yes, Master. To the base of a Nyalog summit, Master. Nokvros must pay for this insult he has forced upon me. Smell
Good, we're all here.
Hurry, Master.
You and Rinkias will lead the assault, mortal.
As we ascend the summit, know that I can protect you from the worst of the lightning and the wind shears, provided you do not stray too far from my side. As for any other threats, you will need to deal with those of your own accord. The dangers of the Deadlands are numerous, mortal. Have you not determined that by now? Arkanaz Nokvros will have his minions out in force. He may have been ordered to assist Sister Seldina, but he will look for every opportunity to displace her. You try to interpret Daedric actions through mortal understanding. I have seen the mortals of Wretched Spire do the same thing. It leads to all sorts of trouble. Nokvros will seek to discredit and undermine Seldina even as he works to assist her.
Unlike others of my ilk, I have no particular interest in open battle. I leave the assault on the summit to you and Rinkias. The Anchorite, the Bladebearer rearguard, and I will catch up once you locate the Riven Cataclysm. In addition to the harsh conditions and the destructive wind, I expect you will face Daedra loyal to Valkanaz Nokfroz. Perhaps mortals devoted to the Dagon cult. Surely neither Nokfroz nor Sister Saldina would leave the Riven Cataclysm unguarded. Given what we've seen of their interactions thus far, I'd say neither of them tells the other any more than necessary. Perhaps we can use that at some point. Widen the rift that already exists between them. Now hurry. We will see you at the summit.
I will gnaw Nokfroz's nose off!
We're following your Daedrat?
Nokfroz is gone! Curse him! Master, I smell blood. Mortal blood. It seems I have a very strong nose in this puny form. I smell Nokfroz as well. He was here, I am certain of it. Oh, freshly spilled, Master. A mortal died here not long ago. We should look around and see what tale this place can tell us about those who ascend to the summit. Travelers can be careless, especially when they are being killed. Dead mortals pay little attention to where they leave their bodies, or the things they carry. Very untidy. Selfish of them, really. Daedra avoid that by simply not dying. Usually. Search the cave, Master. A mortal died nearby. I smell magic, too. Dark and strange.
You found... I do not take orders from a Daedrat.
Twisted rod. That's what I smelled. It must be important.
I've seen only a few dead mortals during our stays in Wretched Spire. But it's obvious that this cultist died recently. I do not need the nose of a Daedrat to smell freshly spilled blood. What did you find? Let me see. This key is not familiar to me, but it might prove useful. A way into the waking flame there, perhaps? Careless of them to let some weakling walk about with it. Or for Valkenaz Novkroz to leave it behind, unless he had no need of it. We saw that Novkroz directed his underlings Jind and Zainoaz to question Waking Flame cultists about the Cataclysm device. I believe this cultist met the same fate. But seizing a captive on Sister Seldina's doorstep... Novkroz grows bold. It's unimportant. Whatever power it once held has been expended. The Daedrat might sniff and paw at it, but if the rod had a purpose, Novkroz would not have left it behind. Collect your pet. We should get to the summit.
There is nothing defective about my hearing, Master, or my curiosity. The Blade Bearer is wrong to dismiss me with such contempt. I am Aarox the Mutilator! Have I not proved myself useful, Master? As you wish, Master. The day will come when I fall upon your enemies like a burning thunderbolt, and lay 100 blackened skulls at your feet. Let us see if the Blade Bearer sneers at Aarox then, as you command.
The creature is stowed? Then let us move. Remember, mortal, do not range too far from me, else I cannot protect you from the summit's elements. Effective for blocking narrow places. See if the key you found by the dead mortal is of any use here.
Windgate? My true form could tear through it with ease. Very good, Master. Not as good as tearing it down and stomping it to rubble, but still, well done.
A portal? Curse it. Our enemies have already fled.
Where is the Dagonist Temple? What exactly did the Mad Seer tell you, mortal? Did he lie?
Novkroz used that portal, Master. His scent lingers.
I don't think Elegion lied. The Riven Cataclysm must be beyond that portal.
Tell me again, mortal. What exactly did Elegion say to you when you asked about the Riven Cataclysm? If that portal leads to wherever the Cataclysm waits, then Elegion spoke true. We will not know until we use it, however. I sense that the portal connects to Nirn. Sister Seldina and the Waking Flame have attempted to neutralize me before. They warded this portal with a spell that will unravel my current body. Remember, I cannot die. Not like you. But I can be inconvenienced by the process of reformation. Perhaps but it would take time we do not have. You must serve as my eyes, little mortal. Find the Cataclysm, examine it, remember everything you see. Then do whatever you feel is necessary. Take the anchorite. I'll send Rinkias through shortly. We suspect the Riven Cataclysm waits through that portal, but we cannot be sure. If you find it, deal with its guardians and do what you must until I can join you. If this is a trap, do your best to survive and then return to me in the Deadlands. You do not need to concern yourself with my safety, little mortal. Besides, the blade bearers who remain have a reputation that is well earned. We will be able to handle most anything that comes after us. I would much prefer to examine an intact Cataclysm. If I cannot dispel, there are things I still need to learn, mortal. If you feel you must destroy anything that stands out.
Take the anchorite and go, mortal. I will follow after I give the blade bearers their instructions and confer with Lyranth.
This is Nell. It's so different.
We are blade bearers, you paganist fools! Free us now!
Did you hear that? The missing blade bearers are here.
Dare they penetrate my kin, my feral
Our
clan
kin!
fear.
They
Free
feed them to a
mortal.
device beneath the citadel.
Report, Hadri. What is this place?
They call it Fort Grief. Valkanar's Nokvros's minions captured us near Jin's foundry and turned us over to the Waking Flame. They brought us here.
Mortal, I will escort my kin back to the portal. Press on, and free any other blade bearers you encounter.
Nokvros. He's here somewhere. I'd know that stink anywhere.
Over there. More cages.
No, we won't let you take us. Not to your damn machine.
We won't let you feed us to your device.
These mortals are allies, Dothas. Tell them what you know of this place.
Blade bearers do not bother with mortals. Even those a wretched spire we barely tolerate. But if Rinkias commands it, I will treat you as an ally. This device they call the Cataclysm. It is an abomination. We tracked our first group of missing blade bearers to Kinmarcher Jin's foundry. When Nokvros gave our kin to the Waking Flame mortals, we followed them to an Ilark summit. That's where Nokvros's blood adepts captured us. Yes, bound like Ogrim waiting for the torturer's lash. The mortal leader, Sister Saldina. Nokfrost stood beside her like a trained clan fear. They took our kin to the Citadel, to their cataclysm device. They use our essence to fuel the infernal thing. I heard the cultists talking. Apparently, early versions of the Cataclysm used a single Daedra and transformed them into some sort of living disaster. But this version, the Riven Cataclysm, it drains the essence from many Daedra, leaving nothing behind. Mortals, you know nothing. They use the collected essences to create a single powerful incarnate. The essences overwhelm the recipient, erasing them, remaking them. They become a mindless force of destruction. Meanwhile, the drained ones die. Normally we cannot, but with our essence drained, nothing remains to return to oblivion. Nothing to reform. You need to know. They have another stronghold. A place called Deadlight. But if you seek the Riven Cataclysm, it's in the fort's citadel.
Mortals, make your way into the citadel. I will follow once my kin are safe.
Huzzah!
Any word from the Deadlands?
Shake it off! You can do it!
do not command here, Nokvraz. I take no orders from you.
Sister Seldina and Nokvraz, they're in the chamber below.
Intruders! Stop them!
Stop us.
Dagon will reward my devotion. You'll see. Intruders? Good. You will fall before the power of my newest incarnate. Destroy them, my beautiful creation.
The incarnate's drawing power from the cataclysm. I'll try to stop the flow. There must be a switch or something.
There! Those look vulnerable. Take shelter under my shield.
Who hides behind that mask?
Squish, my friend! Destroy the core!
I don't know how long Lyrin's portal...
It took a while, but I finally determined your location and opened that portal. Come, mortal. Tell me all that transpired. Once the Blade Bearers appeared and told me about Fort Grief, it only took a short time to ascertain your exact location and open a portal. This seemed like a safe enough place to regroup. Now, tell me what transpired. Did you find the Riven Cataclysm? You had to... Before I could examine it? Did you at least take a close look at the device? Or bring back any of its component parts for me to study? So we have nothing? Nothing I can investigate? No one I can interrogate? I am disappointed, mortal. Now I must start all over again. Deadlight? That name is familiar. A lost realm somewhere in Oblivion. We need to return to Fargrave. Make inquiries. Locate this hidden place. Meet me at Madame Wim's, little mortal. Perhaps my investigations will yield answers after all.
Blade Bearers, scour the Deadlands for signs of the waking flame. Wherever Sister Seldina hides, we will find her!
I've heard the Dagonists have been largely driven from the city.
Drake considers this development. The cult's votives no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave, then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Free ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interesting when the cult toyed with their emotions.
Master, show Lyrinth the twisted rod. It's important, I'm sure of it.
I assumed we'd find answers here in Fargrave. Some way to salvage the opportunity denied me at Forge Grief. But no. Even Madam Wim seems at a loss as to the location of Deadlight. Let me see. It contains a dormant enchantment of some sort. It feels unpleasant. And the magic, it smells like your Daedrat. I will keep the rod and study it as time permits. Unfortunately, I do not think it is related to Sister Seldina. I'm not sure yet, but the answer will become clear soon enough. I should not have gotten angry, little mortal. You have helped me a great deal, and you certainly helped Fargrave and Nirn by destroying the Riven Cataclysm. Take this as a recompense. The secrets I seek rest with Sister Seldina. She still has the means to create more cataclysms, so the danger to Fargrave and Nirn remains. We must ascertain the location of Deadlight, and this hidden stronghold the Blade Bearers heard mentioned. Everything I know about Deadlight is rumor and conjecture. It is a plane that suffered some great cataclysm in the ancient past, a realm forgotten and lost to time. I had hoped that Madam Wim would know more, but she claims the place is a mystery. Interesting. The Blade Bearer clan scouts are indeed competent. Perhaps they can find the trail where we have thus far turned up nothing. Very well. Find Rinkias and see what he has learned. Meanwhile, I have my own research to conduct. I asked Rinkias to meet us here in Fargrave. You should find him in the Plaza of Portals. See if his scouts learned anything useful, or if he requires your assistance. In the meantime, I have investigations of my own to attend to. Much of what I study is beyond the limits of your mortal comprehension, but I suppose you have earned some insight into my grand purpose. I plan to study the twisted rod you gave me. I also want to ask the Anchorite about the events at Fort Grief. Did you not see that coming? I'm surprised they remained allies for as long as they did. Valkanaz Nokvraz obviously hated providing support to a mortal, and Sister Seldina clearly despised having Daedric oversight. Certainly not. Nokvraz was attempting to figure out how to build his own cataclysm, you do recall. But we should strike at the waking flame while it is in disarray. Find their hidden stronghold, learn what I require, and then do what you must. Any tool can find a purpose in the correct hand. I sense dormant magic within the rod, and something about the energy reminds me of your Daedrat. He does he? Interesting. We have seen that the Daedrat's senses are highly attuned. Perhaps there is more to the rod than I originally suspected. I will study it and see what I can learn. Both Rinkias and the Anchorite mentioned how she disrupted the Cataclysm's power, giving you the opportunity to defeat the Incarnate and destroy the machine. She claims not to know how she accomplished that. Perhaps I can help her understand. I only want to hear her story. Ask her questions. She has indicated that when she tries to access her forgotten memories, the mask causes some amount of discomfort. But I will not personally inflict any harm upon her. Do you not trust me, mortal?
If you want my attention, it comes at a price. I offer patron. Be warned, physical injury is a certainty for mortals undergoing the constriction. The exchange is made. Let us begin. The constrictions are completed. Your bones are surprisingly resilient, Nurnling. Now leave me. Madam Whim does not permit me to administer the constrictions of Moath on Nurnlings at too frequent an interval.
Sorry. Yes, whatever it was me, I'm certain of that. Even if I don't understand, also charged the amulet. Like what happens to a dynamis font. Except this energy draws out my memories. As I said, fragments, glimpses of clarity in a haze of forgotten moments. I feel loneliness. I see a dark, enclosed space, a flash of blinding light.
Rincaius, we found it.
Report, what have you uncovered?
You were correct. The mortal Dagonists have broken with Vulcanar's Nok'Vraz. They retreat to a hidden stronghold in Deadlight.
Where is Lyranth, mortal? As you heard, the Blade Bearers have found Sister Seldina and her cultists. The Waking Flame has nowhere left to run. I forced a cultist to tell me about Deadlight. It's a broken realm, apparently destroyed by Mehrunes Dagon eons ago. He gave it to the cult and they built a stronghold there. A clever hiding place. But the portal to the realm requires a special key. That we have not yet determined. But I have a plan. You must follow one of the groups of cultists, trail them to the portal, and take their key. If the portal key works like the keys to Fargrave, you'll also need the code to operate it. We will search for more cultists. Here, the locations my scouts found in the Deadlands. I suggest you start in the Sever. Find a key in the portal and we'll rendezvous before the assault begins. And take the Daedrat with you. His smell offends me.
Let us find these mortal cultists and finish with them, Master. Then we can wreak vengeance on the traitorous Nokvraz. As you say, Master. I remain in your debt and will do as you command. My nose will guide us. My rage will drive us. And my fury will freeze the cultists in their tracks. Let us hunt, Master. True. This place reeks of the mortal cultists. Portal is master, but it's warded against beings such as myself. Prudent, but annoying. We need, Master. Perhaps Rincaius's plan will work after all. Too late again, Master! Someone beat us to them! Check anyway. Maybe we'll find something important. An intact portal key. If we align the symbols properly, it should open the way to Deadlight. We have what we need, Master. The Deadlight portal lies to the west, along the Blood Pits.
Locked and warded against Daedric incursion. These mortals are more resourceful than I imagined.
You did well to find this place, Rinkias. Ah, mortal. Let us confer.
Good. I was worried
Since you
about
found your way to this portal, I assume you also recovered a portal key and the cipher necessary to activate it? Very good. And I also assume that you heard Rinkias? Sister Seldine awarded this portal not just to prevent my entry, but any other Daedric entity as well. Neither I, nor Rinkias, nor Aarox will be able to step through this portal. Learn whatever you can about the Cataclysm and Sister Seldina's plans. Then I suppose you will want to kill Seldina for the sake of Fargrave and Nirn. Just keep an eye on the Anchorite. The events at Fort Grief have triggered an onset of memories. Did I say I was concerned? Just watch her. Neither we nor the Anchorite know what her memories will eventually reveal. Who she really is. None of us may like the answer. Go. We will wait here. Try not to destroy anything I may want to examine later.
I'm ready when you are. Lead the way, friend. This is Deadlight? It feels familiar. Lyranth and Rinkias told me about this place. Mehrunes Dagon chased some long-forgotten enemy to this realm, and laid waste to the plain. Then he awarded it to his mortal cultists, and they built a citadel here. It seems familiar. I don't know. It's just a feeling. I'm getting those kinds of impressions all the time now. Like the dam has cracked and the memories are spilling out. I wonder what it will be like when the dam finally bursts. Nothing that will help us find Sister Seldina or another Cataclysm, if that's what you're hoping. It's just a feeling. Front door might not be the best approach. Let's look for another way in. Looks promising. Let's see where it leads. says Emperor Morikar personally ordered Elegiant to design the cataclysm for Mehrunes Dagon. Sister Seldina bore a child to Emperor Morikar because she thought Mehrunes Dagon told her to? That's crazy, isn't it? Sister Seldina worships destruction because she sees Mehrunes and create the cataclysm. As part of some deal. But yes, can you believe it? They think they can make more of those terrible. She believes that Mehrunes Dagon will destroy a daughter. I suppose she'd be Emperor Leovik's half-sister. Have you heard of anyone coming forward with such a claim? I'm not totally current on happenings in Tamriel, but even in Fargrave we hear rumors. Come on, we should keep searching.
You have more.
in my fragments of memory. My amulet. It's drawn to the altar. Can you... That altar and my amulet. I wonder... Hey, I've got an idea. I had an idea, and then suddenly... The memories are overwhelming. I see other people, hear their voices. They're filling the room. The power I summoned to deal with the Riven Cataclysm. I think I can do that again. The amulet reacted when I did that before, when I was focusing on the Cataclysm. This time, I want to focus on the amulet. I think it will answer me. By unlocking everything this mask has been keeping from me. I remember things that aren't here now. A totem in the stands, a starry globe, something in the mural. Watch closely when I concentrate on the amulet. I think you might see them too. If you see any of the items I mentioned, move closer and examine them. It's too much. Do you see them? Hurry and take a closer look.
Do you know why I brought you here, Novice Maraid?
I do not, revered sister.
Because I could not leave you in isolation any longer. You must know the truth. You are the daughter of Emperor Morakar. And I am your mother. We will finish your training here. Do not disappoint me. When Magnus saw the mortal world was flawed, he abandoned its creation. Foolishly, the other gods proceeded and doomed us to suffering. Learn this well. Joy is an illusion. Love is a lie.
What became of Magnus, Mother?
Magnus watches from the sun, waiting to repair what the others said amiss. You will give him that chance, Maraid. Everything depends on you.
I don't understand the lesson of this tapestry. What does it mean?
Mehrunes Dagon stands before Magnus as a weapon of hope. He possesses the power to shatter the mortal world, so it can be remade. But a spark within the world is required to summon Dagon's cleansing fire from oblivion. You, my child, will be that spark.
No, Mother. I can't do that.
You dare deny your destiny, Maraid? The blood of emperors flows through your veins. This is your purpose. You will see it done.
Time is short. The mask will control your powers, protect you from them. And as long as you wear it, all will forget you. Including yourself and your mother.
Thank you, Elagian. I can't do as she asks. I won't be responsible for the end of the world.
I will forget you too, Maraid. But I will leave you with my name, and I'll hold on to your father's amulet. If you ever need your memories, find me. The amulet is the key. This portal will take you to Fargrave, to a new life and a new world.
My mind feels like shattered glass, reflecting images from 1,000 shards. How can I sort through it all? Years of missing memories, flooding back in mere moments. What happened after I placed the amulet on the altar? Then you know, Sister Seldina is my mother. A consort of Emperor Morakar. Is that why I was hidden away? raised in secret. Gods. She raised me to destroy the world with an army of incarnates. To kill so many innocent people. It's all coming back. Elagion was ordered to make me a mask to protect me from my powers. But he secretly altered it to hide me from the Dagonists, from my mother. I have to confront her. If I can remember her now, then she can remember me too. No. I want her to see what I've become. The girl she tried to turn into a weapon is the same woman tearing down her wretched cult. The power of the mask is broken. I'm Mairead, but I'm also the Anchorite, and I'm through hiding from my past. Sister Seldina must be nearby. I'll put an end to this myself.
Let's go find someone to help.
The Daedra are attacking! Nokfrost broke through the wards!
Nokfrost demands it!
That's over with, I suppose.
Mairead, together we can destroy Nirn and set everything right.
Set it right? I refuse to be your weapon, Mother. I'm here to stop you.
Foolish girl. You do not know what you are, and I do not need your cooperation. You must submit.
should have waited for you. You have to stop her.
You dare turn my daughter against me? You will be cleansed in the fire that remakes the world.
Sister Seldina and served up Morikar's heir on a silver platter. Her blood will fuel my perfected cataclysm. With it, I shall conquer Fargrave for Mehrunes Dagon. And after that, your world shall fall!
My amulet friend! Keep it safe!
Can you hear me, mortal? I'm opening a path to Fargrave. Hurry! Ah, good. Now that you're here, tell me what happened in Deadlight. Valkanos Nokvraz and an entire cohort of Dromora attacked the portal to Deadlight. They overwhelmed and eventually shattered the ward. Rinkaius and I were forced to retreat. It seems I retrieved you just in time. Wait, where is the anchorite? Why would Valkanos Nokvraz take the anchorite? We saw that she had some power over the Cataclysm, but what use of that would Nokvraz have? Unless... could he have succeeded in building his own Cataclysm? You unlocked her memories? Overcome the power of her mask? Interesting. And Nokvraz has a... what did you call it? A perfected cataclysm. Tell me, what did the anchorite remember? The daughter of a Longhouse Emperor and a powerful follower of Mehrunes Dagon. That's a recipe for, quite literally, disaster. But why did Nokvraz take the anchorite? We can't allow Nokvraz to harm the anchorite or spill a drop of her blood. We will deal with that shortly. You ended the threat of Sister Seldina and revealed things I did not know. I am satisfied with that, little mortal. Take this with my thanks. We can't leave the anchorite in Valkanos Nokvraz's hands. That would be a very bad idea. He can use her blood to create devastatingly powerful incarnates, abominations even I could not stand against. We must assault his fortress, Ardent Hope. I always have a plan, mortal. We will require allies for this. Rinkaius and his blade bearers, and a way to get inside. The Waking Flame portal key will do, if we can attune it properly. And we need Aarox. Portal keys, when properly attuned, can open paths where none existed before. But we require an expert for this. Talk to Madam Wim, little mortal. She likes you. Convince her to help. If we have to assault the front gate, then we've already lost. Go on. Use your charms to convince Madam Wim to aid us once more. In the meantime, I want to try another spell of identification on the twisted rod you recovered from an Ilark summit. I believe I am close to determining its original purpose. Why would it? They were allies mere moments ago. I doubt he expects trouble from a group of mortals he despises. It's possible the key already contains the coordinates to enter the fortress. I assume Sister Seldina visited the place many times. Perhaps, if time were not an issue. Besides, I can open my own portals to locations I am familiar with. I rarely use portal keys. We require an expert, and Madam Wim knows more about secret portals and byways than anyone in Fargrave, including me. Mortal blood and Daedric essence performs similar functions. And blood tied... You gave it to me to study. I studied it. It protects its secrets very well. Not exactly, not yet. But Aarox's essence is somehow tied to the relic. It is one of the 777 If we believe the Daedrat, he was once a mighty Daedra in service to Mehrunes Dagon, as well as Nokfroz's superior. If that is true, then he must know how to navigate the fortress. If we attempt a frontal attack, we have the same chance.
Volkanar's Nokfroz will come for Fargrave next, Wim. My blade bearers and I will not wait for that.
Ah, my favorite mortal returns. I do appreciate when Lyranth deigns to share you with me. Don't mind Rincaius. He believes that every problem can be solved with a sword. I do hope you have a more interesting topic to discuss with me. You too? Ardent Hope is Volkanar's Nokfroz's seat of power, and it now appears that he is supreme among Mehrunes Dagon's vassals. I do not see why you all insist on making him your enemy. And if he succeeds, I would be foolish to defy the new regime. Still, it would be irksome to live under the Prince of Destruction's authority. At least you have a slightly better idea than a frontal assault. The blade bearers are fools to consider it. This key would allow me to open a portal directly into the fortress, which might give you a chance, no matter how slim. Very well. There's an old portal days. I can't abide the anchorite in Volkanar's Nokfroz's grip, not our darling of the alleys. Let me gather some materials and recall the proper incantations. Then I will collect Lyranth and meet you at the old port. Need? No, but it will make the attunement easier. Once a network of portal daises crisscrossed the Deadlands. The fortress was built around one of them. Most have been forgotten and are no longer utilized. I was not always the entrepreneurial Mazken who stands before you. Long ago, I played at amassing influence by pledging myself to the Daedric princes. I learned many secrets during those dalliances, including ways into and out of secure locations.
Drozu, gather the Blade Bearers. We must attack Ardent Hope before Nokvros makes it.
Largely driven from the city.
Frey considers this development. The cult's votives no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave, then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Frey ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interested.
Let's ride.
Ah, good. Weak the old days by matching the stones with the runes nearby, while I tune the portal key. Nicely done, mortal. Yes, I can sense the connections. Conduits of energy are opening. The key is attuned and the dais activated. Here you are, a freshly attuned portal key. Carry it with you, and the portal will deposit you inside Ardent Hope. After that, matters are in your hands. I do hope Lyrinth has a plan for what to do once you get there. For you, sweet mortal, always. Let Lyrinth and the others worry about these affairs, and come back to Fargrave with me. Your life is short enough. Why risk it on this fool's errand? I can promise that our association would be mutually satisfying. Oh, I was only having a bit of fun. You are so deliciously stoic. And correct, I must admit. Mehrunes Dagon has long coveted Fargrave's doors to the many realms. Do not let Nokvros use our fair anchorite to accomplish that. Remember, distraction. What else would you call the Blade Bearer's action? While they draw the attention of Nokvros's forces, you must move quickly. You have until the last Blade Bearer falls. Use that time wisely. And I do hope you survive. For aesthetics, if nothing else.
The Blade Bearers will keep the fortress's defenders occupied.
Leave that to your clan, Rinkias, and come with us. We could use your sword.
I will face Nokvraz in open battle, in the sight of my kin. That is the path of honor.
Well said, Blade Bearer, but I will destroy Nokvraz. Master, a word, please. I was once supreme among Lord Dagon's warlords. By the strength of my own hand, I kept the Dremora of the Deadlands in line. They feared me once. Now they have forgotten me. Curse that traitorous Nokvraz! Hate is too weak a word for what I feel, Master. I do not begrudge him for chafing under my rule. That is the Deadlands' way. It is natural to challenge those above you. But Nokvraz chose the path of cowardice. Did Nokvraz face me in open battle? Did he strike me down with his own strength and fervor? No! He resorted to a trickster's curse. His actions revealed his fear, not his power. He has not earned his place at the head of Lord Dagon's armies. I do not know. I would certainly be more worthy than Nokvraz, but Mehrunes Dagon allowed that worm to replace me through trickery and deceit. I gave Lord Dagon my unstinting loyalty, but where was his loyalty to me? We should go, Master. As you say, Master.
Enough talk. It is time to put an end to Valkanaz Nokvraz and these accursed Cataclysm devices. Fight well, mortal. Let them see your might. A mortal worry. We are Dremora. We do not die, we return. And Blade Bearers do not fear pain. We exist for battle and glory. Valkanaz Nokvraz has risen high among the kin, but we will prove stronger. It is our way. The stronger will fight for his position. The weaker will await the rise of a new leader. Nokvraz commands obedience with his strength alone. None are proud to serve him. They know he won his place by making a staircase from his followers. The paths of oblivion are dark and strange, mortal. None can say how long his reformation might take. But even if Nokvraz returns immediately, he will bear the dishonor of defeat. Who would serve a Valk?
This is the Barbican, Master. Go east and then north to reach the inner keep.
just as Rinkias promised. Let us not waste it. To the inner keep.
Smell blood. Mortal blood.
To arms!
Watch for blood adepts. They are Noxos's most trusted servants. If we encounter them, the anchorite may be nearby.
Victory.
If Nokfrost harvests the anchorite's blood, she may not survive the process.
The blood I smell. It's not the anchorites. She smells different. Keep looking.
Fight? Good. The day is ours.
I sense her presence as well. Blood Lord Zabak, and he has the anchorite. Let us listen in.
Your blood will empower the perfected Cataclysm and birth an incarnate to conquer all for Mehrunes Dagon.
I'll destroy that device, just like I destroyed the Riven Cataclysm.
Vulcanar's Nokfrost, cast down the foolish Aarox and purge the Order of the Waking Flame. You will submit too. Bring her. Nokfrost awaits us in the volcano. And you there, in the shadows. We will deal with you soon enough.
Foolish! When I am restored, I will return and slaughter them all!
Another time, Aarox. How do we reach that volcano?
Through the door to the north. Soon, Nokfrost will feel my wrath!
Bearers draw the attention of most of the fortress, but they will not endure much longer. We must hurry.
I can run from here.
As I feared. The Blade Bearers falter.
These are the mighty Blade Bearers. Kneel, Rincaius, or Vulcanar's Nokfrost will erase your clan from existence.
The path to the Cataclysm lies ahead, but the Blade Bearers are in trouble. If they fall, all eyes will turn toward us as we ascend. We will never reach the anchorite. I am guessing, but a guess is all I have. I believe that the Twisted Rod holds the key to breaking Aarox's curse. The magic inside it, it's Aarox's true form. If I break the rod, Aarox would be restored to his former glory, for a time. Time, or lack thereof, is the issue. If I had more of it, I could work out a permanent solution. But if we break the rod without removing the curse, it may restore Aarox, at least until the curse reasserts itself. We could certainly use his power. If we want to save the Blade Bearers and the anchorite, yes, I will also need to stay behind. I can stave off the curse, but even that won't allow him to retain his true form for long. Take the rod and decide quickly, mortal. As I said, time is short.
Break the rod! Release me to seek my vengeance! I demand it!
The magic is released. Get ready, Daedrat. Your final flight is about to begin.
The wrath of Aarox the Mutilator! Behold your doom!
Aarox has returned! Run!
Blade bearers, on your feet, rally to me!
Come, mortal. I can smell Nokraz's fear. Take the path of cinders, and I will help you reach the anchorite.
Go, mortal. The blade bearers will aid you as we can.
Bar your path, mortal. Tremble for remains of the twisted Leech, and I shall destroy them. Onward, mortal. These barricades cannot stand against my true form.
Haste our steel! Stop growing. I don't intend to ever stop learning. Did Did you need something? Will be ours! That's the last of them.
Mortal. The Anchorite's blood flows through the catalyst, and soon, Vulcanar's Knockfrost will emerge transformed!
Every villain is the hero of their own story.
Funny that. You are free, Anchorite.
Meddlesome fools. I already have what I need from Emperor Mornar's heir. Embodiment of destruction and creation, power within one mighty fall. I am the perfected Eternal.
Vulcanar's Knockfrost! Prepare to meet your doom! Do him, Master!
I'll support you, friend. Just like at the Riven Cataclysm.
Cut them down!
I need a moment to gather my power! wasn't sure you'd come for me, but I'm glad you did. Wait. Do you feel that? Something's coming. Oh no.
Noctros underestimated you. You are indeed powerful. For mortals. I remember you, little one. Morikar's whelp. I have plans for you. Your companions, however, are a momentary nuisance. I shall destroy them.
Fall back! We cannot fight Mehrunes Dagon.
Hang on! I'll get us out of here!
Oh, Fargrave, how I missed you.
Well fought, all of you. Lord Aerox, it was an honor to share a battlefield with you.
Yes. Forever they will fear my name, no matter what form I wear.
Back to the House of Whims. We need time to recover, and to talk.
Walk the streets with pride, mortals. You saved Fargrave, and most likely Nairn as well.
Did you hear? Mehrunes Dagon said he had
Yes.
plans for me.
The Prince of Destruction took note of you, Anchorite. You overcame his most powerful minions.
There has to be more to it than that. My mother, Sister Seldina, told me I would help Mehrunes Dagon destroy the mortal world.
A false prophecy, perhaps? Let it lie for now.
I suppose. I just have a feeling this isn't over. Not yet.
There is always another battle, but you need not seek it today.
Word of Vulcanar's Nokvros's defeat has spread quickly. I smell Madam Whim's hand in that. So many people have turned out to hail the triumph of Aerox the Mutilator! And you as well, Master.
All has turned out to my satisfaction. I learned what I needed to, and you eliminated the threat of incarnates laying waste to Fargrave and the mortal world. And with Sister Seldina and Vulcanar's Nokvros gone, none remain to build new cataclysts. You have served me well, and I have a certain fondness for you, mortal. But do not presume that we are friends. Dremora have no need of such things, and I will not share my secrets with you. They are mine, and mine alone. Let us talk of other things. It would have been difficult even before you chose to break the Twisted Rod. Without the relic, the endeavor seems doomed to failure. I doubt it would be worth my effort to even try. Gratitude is foreign to our natures. I understand the concept only because I know more about mortals than most of my kind. Bargains, though. Should I acquire the means to restore Aerox, he would pay any price for my aid. I shall consider that. It is over for now, little mortal. I, too, am curious about the daughter of a Longhouse Emperor. But thanks to your efforts at Ardent Hope, She remains out of Dagon's hands. You have served both me and your world well. Take this, with my gratitude.
Gratitude is a mortal concept. Still, you carried me until I was able to fly once more. That deserves recognition. I will simply say this. You are the first mortal I do not wish to eat. I did not do it for you or the Anchorite Master. I did it because it offered my best chance for vengeance. Had I chosen the safe course, Nok'Vroz would have been beyond my reach by the time Lyranth found a way to break the curse permanently. You do not know as much about Daedra as you think, Master. We are patient, for time is on our side. In some century to come, I will find another way to break this curse. But even if I do not, our triumph over Volkanar's Nok'Vroz lives forever. Pester Lyranth and Madam Wim until they devise a cure for my condition, of course. I may have patience, but that does not mean I care to remain a Daedrat for one moment longer than necessary.
Dagonists have been largely driven from the city.
Frey considers this development. The cult's votives no longer affect the mortals of Fargrave then.
Yes, a relief to be sure.
Frey ponders this with regret. The mortals were more interesting when the cult toyed with their emotions.
Tomes, potions, vials, and candles. What activities does the stall presume are usual undertakings?
You there. Come speak with me. Ah, my dauntless companion from the Clockwork City. Bounding from one mysterious realm to another, I see. This is fortuitous. I find myself in need of someone with you. Ah, my dauntless... I recently discovered that someone intends to auction off Mephal's chief artifact, the Ebony Blade. I hardly thought such a thing possible, but I leave nothing to chance. As soon as I began making inquiries, House Hexos cancelled the auction. I am the foremost authority on Daedric artifacts and the greatest mage of our era. So yes, I am quite confident they're trying to hide the weapon from me. A fool's errand. If you choose to assist me in finding the blade, I will pay you handsomely. Our first order of business is investigating the auction house. It's just there, near the Nereid's fountain. Gather testimony, correspondence, anything you can. When you've discovered enough, meet me in the market near the Shamble's north entrance. Ha! Rest is a luxury the ambitious cannot afford. My business in the Clockwork City, while important, accounts for only a fraction of my grand design. I have interests in realms across the Orbis, including this one. On my person? No. I know better than to wander the streets of Fargrave with an artifact like that jangling around in my pocket. But it is quite safe. I gave Seal my word I would keep it out of the Daedra's hands. I always honor my agreements. It is an artifact of the dread teacher Mephala. At first glance, it resembles a katana carved from obsidian. But I assure you, it is far more than a simple sword. It is the Lady's malice in physical form, a life-devouring instrument of murder. Do I detect some suspicion in your voice? If we recover the Ebony Blade, I will do what I do with all the dangerous relics I acquire. Keep it safe. I assure you, there is no one better equipped to safeguard a terror like this.
Going once, going twice. Sold to the Daedra in the front. Now, help yourselves to some refreshment while my associates collect the next items up for auction. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure to see a fellow mortal. These Daedric types, well, they're all a bit creepy, eh? But look at me, babbling away. Sorry, quick tongue, you know, comes with the profession. Here for the auction? Nothing but first rate. The Ebony Blade. Well, that's, you know, not really my area of expertise. Daedric artifacts, I mean. Then again, there is a small errand that needs doing, there's no need for that. I was just joking. A couple of Scoffins showed up not long ago, so they had to stow it away in the Hexos Gallery vault, in the Shambles. Just don't tell anyone.
So, it's carved in the shape of a sundial. Clever.
That is so, yes. When a spell takes shape, the Magnus sigil will glow. Simple.
Ah, timely as ever. What did you discover in the auction house? The Telvanni. Then it's as I suspected, foiled by my own renown. Again. Intolerable. Well, there's no use dwelling on it. Did you find anything else? A key. Yes, that might come in handy. Can I just say how refreshing it is to find competent allies? A rare luxury, I assure you. Make your way to the Shambles. There's a Hexo storehouse near the center of the district. Check there first. You needn't worry. I'll be along soon enough. A fair warning, the Shambles is a lawless slum, full of far worse things than mortal indigence. Prepare yourself. The size, mostly. Those Hexos Noirs are quite clever, by Imperial standards. They operate a number of warehouses in Fargrave, but only one of them is large enough to contain a vault of any appreciable size. I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
He spawns upon.
Warded. No surprise. Do you have that key near to hand? Have a go at this. Well done. Now, let's see what they're hiding in there. Go on then. There. The Ebony Blade. Claim it. As I suspected. Let's have a look at this so-called artifact, shall we? The fabled Sword of Leeches here within my grasp. I have my doubts. May I? Eerily sharp, masterfully etched, and completely fake. This is a forgery. A brilliant one, I admit, but a forgery nonetheless. While I respect this forger's skill, I cannot abide a glut of fraudulent artifacts taking up my time and attention. No, they're traders, not artisans. This is Daedric precision. I know a Spiderkith, Scrix. He's a small-time scoundrel who deals in stolen goods, counterfeit soul gems, that sort of thing. He might be able to point us in the right direction. He frequents the Wishbone, a tavern in the Shamble's northern alleys. Let's pay him a visit, shall we? He's a Spiderkith, which is to say he's a treacherous, deceitful sneak thief. Our personal history is contentious, full of double dealings and trickery. I've killed him more than once, but you know how these Daedra are. It rarely takes. For the usual reasons, simple greed and fear of punishment. Daedra may not die, but the process of reconstitution is not pleasant. I can also make business difficult for him. For Scrix, losing wealth may cause more pain than losing his life.
Right behind you, partner.
Got nothing? You with the Ash Elf fear? Got no business with you. Got no business with him. Better scuttle off. Stomp you otherwise, and peel you off the boot flat. Ebony Blade, huh? That's the mistress's hot cutter. Somebody hammering out fakes? Clever. Got no idea where it comes from.
Don't care. Tell Fear he can find it himself. Threats, huh? With Fear, it's always threats. Scritty elf with big head and tiny wits. Fine. We'll cast a signal line for it. Finding ritual. Can find anything with it. After this, Fear pays you and you scuttle off. Final offer. Nothing. Secrets of the skein. You find out the secret, you die. Quiet. Alone in the dark. Then you're stupid. Enough talk.
A seeking spider, eh? I do hope it works. For your sake. In fact, why don't you accompany my partner here? As a gesture of goodwill.
Lady's fangs. Did what you wanted. Cast the spell. Zafa. Let's go.
A ghostly spider, hmm? A bit garish for my taste, but then we can't all be squinty, desiccated skein spawn, can we? Before you go, I have something to give you. A bauble I purchased before we set out for the shambles. Keep it near to hand. It may prove useful. I pray you never have need to find out. Suffice it to say that it's insurance. Enough talk. Follow that spider. And don't take your eyes off Scrix. Not even for a moment. Surely you don't require a chaperone. Scrix, while clever, is hardly a match for a warrior of your skill. No, I'm quite certain you'll be fine without me. I have other lines of inquiry to explore. I won't be far behind, I assure you.
I'm back. Where to now? No remorse!
This is the place. Answers behind that door. In you go. Artificer's table. See? Another Ebony Blade's right there. Have a look. Flies in the web. Hope there. You'll never
Potent
leave.
magic, Strix, but all too predictable. Quickly, assistant, use the sundial.
Light! What are you? Torches in Skane Row? Liable to set webs on fire. Clumsy. Stupid. This is the place. Answers behind that door. In you go. Artificer's table. See? Another Ebony Blade. Flies in the wind. Hoping like the lair. Stop! Stop it!
Rex, use that torch.
Lady, curse you! Now! Put it out!
Well done. A respectable attempt, Strix, but it will cost you. Seems we're finished here. Meet me outside. That appears to be that. Exemplary work. From the looks of things, our web-brained friend here planned to sell several more forgeries. Now that we've apprehended him, the flow of counterfeit artifacts should grind to a halt. Now, I provide you with the reward I promised, and we part company. Strix and I have a great deal to discuss. I'd invite you to join us, but let's be honest. Carrying on a conversation with him is exhausting. You have my thanks, Sarah. Farewell. You know, despite his simple nature, Strix displays a rare gift for counterfeiting. I can think of countless applications for such a skill. Alas. For all their power, the Daedra lack one vital trait. Imagination. No, of course not. He'll squirm and curse and prevaricate until I banish him. But even a lying tongue tells some truths. He will give something away. He always does. I only wish the process wasn't so tiresome. You know, despite his simple nature,
What madness! Going into the Deadlands, to Mehrunes Dagon's own roost, to spit in his eye. And they survived!
Ray nods, pondering the ramifications. Few beings, mortal or Daedra, live up to accomplish them.
You there. The Grasp requests your aid.
Ray bristles at the idea. Mortal and Daedra working alongside one another? As equals?
What an honor.
The anchorite. You're as bothersome as that damn Tremora. No matter. The votive rune is placed, and now you die.
You brought this on yourself, Dagonist. Hey, you, with the glowing hands. We have something in common. If you're not a cultist, we should talk. Damn these Waking Flame cultists, bringing their Mehrunes Dagon madness to Fargrave. Their votive runes infect mortals with dark magic. I came to meet someone about all this when I spotted that cultist and my hands began to glow. Just like yours. This is Fargrave, a city in Oblivion with permanent and open connections to other realms. The cultists place those votive runes faster than I can destroy them, putting every mortal who lives here at risk. That's why I agreed to meet with the Dremora. Lyrinth, the Dremora. She sent me a letter. Said the cult threatened Fargrave. Nern, too. She wanted my help, but I can't deal with that now. The votive runes are clearly the immediate danger. We should work together on this. I can pay. I need you to talk to my contacts. Madam Wim's establishment is here in the city. Initiate Teal'go meets me in the burn, out in the Deadlands. Really? All I know is that she's a Dremora who has an interest in the Dagon cult known as the Order of the Waking. Well, since mortals aren't bound... As a cross... Madam... Initiate Teal'go... The glow seems to have faded. For now. Why won't you all just leave me alone?
Something terrible's about to happen. I just know it.
Don't just stand there, Scampfoot. Hide! Don't just stand there, Scampfoot. Hide! Get down. You real... No. PB has harebrained it. You think that is